Hey Leo, how are you doing today? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do what should be your weekly reading. So today it's a day late, right? Maybe 2 days. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. Let's see what we're doing here. This one's going to be for Tuesday the 23rd through Thursday the 25th. I'll be back on Wednesday to do bonus readings to get you through your weekend, okay? Sorry about the delay. But this one's for my Leos, and I am Sherilyn, and we are going to see what Spirit wants to talk about. That's where we're going to do this, okay? All right, here we go. For my Leos. Okay, what you got? We're going to open this up with the World, okay? All right, followed by the Moon. And in the challenge position, I've got the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this part right here is your backstory. It's telling me where we're going from, what's our starting point towards this reading. So here in the recent past, it looks like we have the World, the Moon, and then the King of Pentacles. So this, to me, seems very cut and dry. It seems that a situation came to a close, or a cycle close, we'll say. But it feels like a situation came to a close, and it was over the Moon. So over things basically done in the dark that came to the light. Things, right. Now, what I'm not clear on right here is whether you were the person who did something in the dark and caused this to end, or were you the person that this ended towards? We'll see. Hopefully that will show itself as we go forward. The challenge here is the King of Pentacles. I do believe that you're presenting here as the King of Pentacles, but that doesn't help me figure out which end of this you're on yet. As the King of Pentacles, that's the mini Emperor, so maybe you were being very rigid in your thinking, and you went and did something that you thought you could keep hidden, and it didn't work out that way. It came forward and caused a cycle to close, or maybe you were too busy taking care of other things as the King of Pentacles, and somebody else did something that they thought they could keep hidden, and eventually it came forward and caused a cycle to close. We're going to see how it plays out as we go forward, okay? But that's what I've got for the backstory we're building on. We couldn't change it if we wanted to. Whatever we're talking about here has already happened, okay? All right, so what do we got currently? Currently, I have you with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Well, there's that. Then the Nine of Pentacles. And the challenge right now is the Ten of Wands. Okay. So whatever transpired here in the recent past happened between you and somebody who is your divine counterpart. Okay. You are presenting right now as the King of Pentacles. Excuse me. Don't get too caught up in the gender. Okay. It does say that you are standing in the masculine, okay, but that could be, you could be male or female. It just means you're standing in your masculine. Your divine counterpart is standing in their feminine. Same thing though. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a woman or not a woman or whatever. Don't get too caught in the gender. Sorry, something in my tooth. But currently where we're standing is your divine counterpart is, for some reason, definitely stepping back into their independence, it looks like. And it's over a heavy burden that they felt they were carrying. So, for many of you, this makes me feel as though the burden they were carrying was whatever was done in the dark, right? For fear it would come to the light. So, and standing into their independence would tell me that the two of you are at the very least at odds right now, but quite possibly separated. Maybe this caused a separation between the two of you. Okay, let's keep going. So what do we got in the near future? In the near future, I'm looking at the Hierophant, okay, the Hermit, and the Sun. Wow, how much Major Arcana do I have out here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 out of 9. Okay, the Hierophant would tell me that whatever the two of you had was a higher level of commitment, which I kind of would have assumed already anyways. As the King and Queen of Pentacles, that's almost a given, right? The next card over is the Hermit. So definitely somebody has pulled their energy back out of this situation to try to reassess the entire deal. The challenge here is the Sun. The Sun is the challenge because, you know, whatever has been done in the dark has been illuminated, right? And therefore they have to deal with it. I get the feeling possibly this was illuminated on a grander scale, meaning that not just you found out about whatever was done in the dark, or whoever you're with found out what you did, however that works out here. But I feel like a lot of people found out about whatever happened here. So there's an extra element of having to deal with what other people think, right? Or public embarrassment, something along those lines. Okay, what I have here, I've got the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Swords is an overall way of dealing with this in some way. So I'm still not totally clear on who did what to who, okay? Somebody here, in my opinion, somebody here began to give it attention in another direction. How far that went, I can't tell you. So I don't know for sure if this turned into a third-party situation or was it just a third-party interference. But whatever the deal was, with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, there was definitely an extra energy that came into this dynamic, okay? And somebody was giving their energy to more than one person, therefore leaving everybody without what they needed or wanted, okay? So everybody ended up breadcrumb to some extent, okay? Queen of Swords is how people are dealing with it at this point. So everybody is very defensive. They have their sword drawn. There's been a breakdown in, there's been an overall breakdown in trust here, it would look like. And whether or not that is a breakdown that can be healed is still what's not yet been decided, it looks like. What else we got? I've got the Six of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Five of Swords. With the Six of Swords, this is speaking of the fact that what's absolute in this situation is that there's too much chaos surrounding everybody's lives. And that has to stop because it's just it's not possible to continue to grow or build on top of something that's surrounded by so much chaos. This was a divine union to start, without a doubt. I mean, just the fact that it's the King and Queen of Pentacles tells you it's a divine union. Just that alone. But, I mean, you have the Two of Cups here to add more intensity to it. The Five of Swords would say that there's whoever it is that stepped out or stepped to the side here is definitely dealing with a lot of inner conflict, I'm sure, and a lot of regret at this point. Like I said, the only thing that is still out there, nobody's going to debate that there's a ton of emotion involved in this dynamic, or that there's a desire to try to fix something that is now broken. The actual only question that's left to be answered here is whether or not it can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things can damage something to a point where it cannot come back. I don't know if that's the case here, but it looks like that is the question being asked. I don't think it's been answered yet, really. I have the Magician, I have Judgment, and I have the Lovers, and that's exactly what we're dealing with here. I mean, yeah. The Lovers, if you've watched me before, you know it's my least favorite card in the whole deck, I think. I'll take the Death card any day over the Lovers. But the Lovers speaks of a decision that needs to be made. It speaks of a ton of confusion and chaos surrounding a love situation, usually. Judgment is judgment needing to be called, right? And the Magician is manifesting an answer to the question, can this be saved, I think. Okay, let me see what I got for the days of the week real quick. I have Tuesday. I have the Emperor and the Knight of Cups, so this is trying to take control of the situation and see if you can save it. That's what that's about. Wednesday, I have the Four of Swords and the Page of Wands. There's an element of anger here, and overall there is an element of everybody involved needing to heal, okay? People need to take a minute to try to rest and heal before they push forward. That's definitely what's coming through there. And then Thursday, I have the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So I'm not saying that the door's been shut on this yet. I mean, with the Nine of Cups, this is still wish fulfillment for both of the people involved. The initial two people, okay? And with the Ten of Cups, this still is, you know, your emotional fulfillment. This is what makes you feel what you want to feel. So I would say that the door has been still propped open a little bit, right? Nobody slammed the door shut and locked it yet, but this is not going to be easy to pull back together. It's going to take work on everybody's part, but I think there's still hope. I do. Time will tell, but I do believe there's still hope here, okay? What I got, the last one I pulled one more, Page of Pentacles, trying to rebuild a new foundation. That's what I have for you this week, Leo. I think this is still, obviously it's still a fluid situation. There's decisions that have to be made on everybody's part, but it does not look like it's hopeless, okay? If that helps you any. Okay, that's what I have for you this week. No matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best week you possibly can. If you have a chance, can you do me a favor and hit the like, share, follow, comment, something? It helps me a ton. Helps me with the algorithm or whatever they call that, and I appreciate it greatly. There you go. Thank you.